All right, what up, yo? So, a year ago yesterday, March 3rd, 2024, I was on a podcast and we were speaking about if Liv Morgan was overrated or underrated and if she was a good wrestler and all the stuff surrounding around Liv Morgan. And of course, I was on the side of supporting Liv Morgan every way, you know what I'm saying? Because I've always seen great in her. And the hate that she has gotten, I've always thought that it came from somewhere that wasn't Liv Morgan. You know, I feel like a lot of people hate Liv Morgan for reasons that are out of her control. You know, I've heard people tell me that they hate Liv Morgan because of Liv Morgan fans, which to me is top 10, one of the worst reasons to hate a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Especially since every single wrestler, especially the super popular ones like Liv Morgan, have a subsection of their fan base that's batshit crazy. And they don't accept criticism. They think everything the superstar does is right. They can't separate wrestling kayfabe from real life situations. It's a whole bad mix of things, you know. But seeing how Liv Morgan has improved from March 3rd, 2024 to March 4th, 2025 is insane, you know. She's just coming off of, to me, an MVP year. And she just started off 2025 killing it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is a testament to what I've been trying to say about Liv Morgan for so long. If people just sit and let people improve, you know, you don't have to call wrestlers trash so much to the point where it's like you're not even building any more points. You're just saying the same thing over and over again because you have an internal feeling towards them or someone that likes them. Because when that tide changes, and the tide always changes, what you've said is completely invalid now. You know, wrestlers getting better at wrestling is a lot more common than wrestlers getting worse, you know. And I'm not saying that to compare like wrestlers getting old and getting slower, because age comes with everything. Every wrestler gets old. Every wrestler can't wrestle the way they used to. But their wrestling ability will always be there. Their wrestling mind will always be there once they get to a certain point. Liv started off damn near a jobber in NXT. She was in a jobber stable with the Riot Squad. And she just worked her way up, work all the way to where she's at now. And it's crazy because, like, the stuff that I heard even before I did that podcast, I'm talking about, like, months. I've done multiple podcasts defending Liv Morgan over the years. Multiple. I'm talking about, like, the beginning of the Ronda Rousey feud before she cashed in. I'm talking about, like right when Liv first went solo, you know. And I've always seen something in her, but it's been so hard to interpret it to other people because from my perspective, I'm always a fan of the underdog, you know. I'm always a fan of the Jeff Hardys and the Rey Mysterios, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, Liv was always that to me. Liv always gave me that just underdog feeling, and I just wanted to cheer for her because I enjoy seeing wrestlers move up the ladder instead of cheering them when they're at the ladder, at the top of the ladder, I should say. You know, I think a lot of people latch on to these superstars when they get to a certain point instead of watching them build to get to that point, you know? And it's like, every wrestler isn't going to be a Bianca Belair or Mercedes Moné or, you know, every wrestler isn't going to be one of the four horsewomen as soon as they, like, get a push. Some of them never get a push, you know? Some of them are never lucky enough to get a push by whoever's in charge. But for me, I've been watching wrestling ever since I was 7, maybe younger. And somewhere around there, I've gained the experience to be like, okay, I see something in this superstar and I know they can progress. And that's what I've been yelling from the mountaintops for so long. I was like, Liv has it. Y'all just gotta let her get better. Instead of just calling her trash at every twist and turn, let her get better. And then it turns into a dialogue about, well, I don't like the fans. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, there is so many different superstars. There are so many different... Shit, there are Liv fans that I do not associate with because they're batshit crazy. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be a Liv fan because there's crazy Liv fans. That's asinine. On what planet do you not become a fan of a wrestler because of the way other people act? To me, that shows a weak mind. I'm a LeBron James fan. There's a whole bunch of LeBron James fans that are completely delusional. That's not going to make me not a LeBron fan. I'm not them. I don't let other people dictate how I feel about certain things. And that's what I've been trying to interpret to people. And it's been a very long road of like people asking me about Liv. And then when I tell them how I feel, they try to dispute that as if I'm wrong. There's a lot of things in this life that I'm wrong about. I never was wrong about Liv because she's proving it right now. And that's the thing. A lot of the stuff I don't say to get approval. I don't say things to get agreements. I don't say things for you to understand it, really. You know, I say things from my perspective. And from my perspective, Liv has always had the potential to be what she is right now and even better. And to keep it as explicit as possible, you know what I'm saying? Fuck what any other fan has to say. If the person signing her paychecks and writing her stories and doing all that, if they see something in her, there's not a fan that can tell me any different. If Triple H tells me that Liv Morgan is a superstar, what the fuck are you going to tell me? I don't care what you do as far as social media goes. I don't care what you say. And Triple H, we're talking about, in the wrestling, one of the greatest of all time. If Triple H says she's a superstar, then damn it, she's a superstar. And I'm not arguing with Triple H. You can, but guess what? I'm always taking Triple H's opinion over anybody else's. You know, I don't agree with all of his booking decisions, but if he sees something in a superstar, who am I to say, no, you know? Now, do I agree with all his choices? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't. I don't agree with them, no. But even with the superstars who I really don't like, there's a very few that, like, to me are like bad wrestlers. I don't like Solo Sikoa. I don't like Damian Priest. Both of them are very good wrestlers. You see how easy it was for me to acknowledge that I don't like them, but they're still good wrestlers? Liv Morgan haters can't do that. They like to wrap it all in one. I don't like her, so she must be bad. I don't like her fans, so she must suck. That is an extremely weak-minded way to go about, like, interpreting wrestling. You know, like I said, it doesn't matter who you're a fan of. You could be the biggest Jey Uso fan, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, John Cena. It doesn't matter what kind of fan you are. There is a very toxic part of every single wrestler's fan base. You may not see them, you may not know them, but they're there. Especially the super popular ones. They're always there because there's so many fans around the world. You've probably come in contact with less than 5% of the people that are fans of the same wrestler as you. I'll never meet every single Liv Morgan fan in the world, but I know there's one Liv Morgan fan on Twitter right now just saying goofy shit because they're delusional. But what they say will never make me change what my stance is because I'm my own person. I have my own opinions, and I make my opinions off of research. I made my opinions off of Liv Morgan, not off of anything but what I see on the TV. Because what else am I supposed to interpret it off of? This is a sport at the end of the day. So whatever she does when that bell rings and when the camera turns on, that's how I interpret you. Whether I like you or I don't. But I feel justified in this moment right now, looking back on how I've been fighting so hard for Liv just to get some respect from fans, and now she's finally getting it. And I'm cool with that. I'm completely content. All I wanted was for people to realize how good that she could be. That's all I wanted. But people insist on calling her mid and trash and making fun of the fans and saying, when I heard all the time, y'all only like her because she's pretty. Y'all need to get a grip. Like, y'all need to get a grip, bro. And Liv will never get all of the respect that she deserves because she's already a certain level in some people's heads. She could do whatever she wants to do, and a lot of people will never see her as that. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. I'm not in the business of trying to make other people see things that they refuse to look at. You know what I'm saying? If your eyes are closed, I can't open your eyes. I can try. I can tell you, hey, if you open your eyes, you're gonna see something you like. If you don't want to open your eyes, then that's cool. But now from this day on, March 4th, 2025, if you have a negative opinion about Liv Morgan's wrestling skills, I'm just going to assume that you're fucking stupid and not continue a conversation with you. That's why I've learned to, I don't want to go in any more debates. I don't want to have conversations back and forth about why I think. Guess what? I don't care anymore. I did it so much, and it's like I don't give a damn about trying to debate things on a serious manner. If I think Liv Morgan's a good wrestler, I don't have to prove that to you or anybody else. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Some people will beat me in the debate. They'll have more points than I do, but guess what? That ain't gonna change my opinion. I just lost the debate. I'm still gonna go home and watch my Liv Morgan matches the same way I did before the debate. You know what I'm saying? So what are we doing this for? But I think in this era of social media, we see people who agree with us and people who disagree with us, and it's almost human nature to argue, because everyone wants to feel like they're right, and everyone believes that they're right 100% of the time. When 99% of the time, both of us are completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? But all I want is for Liv Morgan to finally get the respect that she deserves, and I'm finally seeing it outside of the people that I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm finally seeing it just on the internet around, that people are finally realizing, hey, she had a really good 2024. Hey, she's starting 2025 off with a bang. Hey, she was in one of the most captivating stories, even though it went too damn long, one of the most captivating stories that the women have had in years. That the company has had in years. Was it corny? Yes. Did it go for too long? Absolutely. But guess what? There's certain points in that Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley storyline that had everyone talking, from the kisses to the fights to the wins and the losses, everything. And Liv Morgan was the nucleus of that. She was her, Rhea, and Dom. Rhea's a part of it. Dom's a part of it. The Judgment Day as a whole is a part of it. And Liv Morgan is a part of that. If you don't want to acknowledge her part, then that's cool. But as long as you know that you are absolutely incorrect, then, we're cool. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I'm super... I had to go back and, look. And it's I was watching some of the old podcasts and debates and stuff I was a part of, a lot of them. And I've always been on the side of no, I'm not letting y'all do this to Liv. I can't, And looking back on it a year later and seeing how right I was, it's just I was trying to tell y'all, But you got to let people figure things out for themselves a lot of time, especially in wrestling. You may have a wrestler right now that's your favorite and no one else understands how good they are. Don't debate them. Don't argue. Don't yell. Don't scream. Just let that wrestler work. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's an indie wrestler, a wrestler that you think gets a lot of hate. Just let them work. If your belief in them coincides with how much work that they put in to get better, you will get a better turnaround in a year's time. It seems like a long time now, but when you're looking back on it, it's wow. Cause that's all that happened with me. I believed something about Liv, and thankfully, Liv believed the same thing about herself, maybe even more. And her hard work made my belief in her that much more true. So, y'all let me know, man. If you still don't like Liv Morgan, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not doing this to get more Liv Morgan fans. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like her, then that doesn't relate to me. You know what I'm saying? I could care less. But I do believe that wrestlers that progress, that improve, that show hard work and make that hard work come out on TV and on pay-per-views and all this stuff, they deserve to get the acknowledgement, especially from the people who said that they would never get there. You know, a lot of people don't like admitting when they're wrong. But I think people need to start doing that. You don't gotta like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you gotta like it. I'm saying you as a person should be able to pick yourself up and say, I was wrong about this. Now, if you don't have the capability, the strength to do that, then I can't force you, you know. But I will say this, Liv Morgan hate, Liv Morgan slander, it never was tolerated, but now it's like super not tolerated. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, you just hating because you have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm just going to assume that you are just empty-minded when it comes down to wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Or just so blinded by your hate that you can't see what's happening in front of you. Both of those things are bad. So, you know. But that's all I got to say, man. Y'all let me know how you guys feel in the comments down below. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below what kind of video you want me to do next. Stay safe and go out. Love you guys. Praise God. And I will see you next video, man.